going to be talking about my favourite high street makeup items. I've just put a bunch of them in front of me. 3, 4, 5, 11. There's 11 items. Okay, there is one that I wouldn't say is a high street product just because of the price, but it is available in Boots. So I've tried to stick with the classic kind of high street brands that are always in Boots or Superdrug and don't cost more than like 10 or 15 pounds. So let's get stuck in. I'm going to start off with the expensive product. But I had to include it because it's available in a lot of Boots stores now, and it is the CC cream. This is, I think, one of my favourite bases ever. I love it. It's a CC cream, and I think a lot of people, as soon as you hear BB or CC, you think it's just like a lighter tinted moisturiser, whereas for me, this is 100% foundation territory. It's got a really high SPF of 50, it's colour correcting, gives you a bit of a glow. I absolutely love it. I think it's well worth the price. I did get sent this one, but I'm going to be repurchasing it. I've been eking it out and kind of really saving it for special occasions because I'm basically really tight, but yeah, it's absolutely as good as what everyone says. As with anything a bit more expensive, I always would advise you to try and get to counter, to try and get a sample, just to see the colours right and the coverage is what you are after, and the finish as well. I know some people find this too glowing for the other finishes, but for me, I'm combination oily, and the illuminating one is exactly what I like on my skin. The next product is actually something that I didn't think I'd like, and I wanted to try it out because I was like, people are crazy. This brand isn't a brand that I love for various reasons, and some of the makeup I've tried has not impressed me at all, and the concealer from this range is the worst concealer I've honestly ever used. I bought it more because I was just really intrigued at how so many people were saying it was so good, and I was like, this is what you all said about that crap concealer. I'm gonna buy it and try it and see for myself. It's the Revolution Conceal and Define. I think they've brought out hydrating formula. This is the original one. It's a full coverage foundation. I did a little mini review on my IGTV when I first tried this out. I like actually this big kind of dab on applicator. It's like a jumbo version of that awful concealer. So I quite like that applicator because you can literally just bang it on and blend it out with your brush or your sponge. It still smells like it's got a disgusting smell to it, but I'm overlooking it because it's only £10. The smell, it smells like alcohol, but you can't smell it once you put it on your skin, and it does make the skin look really nice. I was really pleasantly surprised by this, and I think it is well worth a try for a full kind of smoothing, full coverage, long wear foundation. It is the best one I think I've probably tried as a full coverage foundation on the high street. Next up, concealers, because I think the high street have absolutely nailed concealers. There's so many good ones. I've got 3, and that was like really trying to whittle it down because concealers, they're my new thing. There's so many good ones. I've literally just bought another one which I was like, it's this one, and straight away I was like, that's amazing as well, but I'm not going to include it because I've only tried it like twice. So first up is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. This is your full coverage concealer. Lasts really well. It's kind of like the foundation I was just talking about. It's that one when you want that perfect, flawless finish. You've got something if you've had a bad breakout, if you've got a lot of redness on your skin, scarring, and you just need that full coverage, it's a really good one. It's a big size. It's a nice, big, thick applicator. You can use it under the eyes. You can use it on blemishes, on the face. Some people dot it all over and blend it out as a foundation, and it stays on really, really well. So I really, really like that one. Then the Maybelline Age Eraser. This is nearly finished now. I am going to be repurchasing it straight away. It is a really good under eye concealer. Wouldn't say to use it anywhere else on the face because it is that very like serum kind of brightening treatment concealer. I don't like anything too heavy under my eyes on a day-to-day. So for me, this is pretty much one I've been using for the last, I would say, it's probably got me through 6 months, and I need a new one now, but it lasts really well, and it's just a really nice, lightweight, no makeup concealer. The last concealer is the Collection Lasting Perfection, and now this is my 3rd, I think, now of this one. Really love it. It's, I think, a kind of hybrid between these two. So it's not your full coverage, it's not your really light, just under eye. It's a radiant finish, it's a bit creamier. and you can use it under the eyes and the face. This is why I quite like it a lot. I take it away a lot because you can literally use it under the eye. It gives you a bit of brightness, it colour corrects, but it's not full or thick, and it covers blemishes, redness, and all the other kind of things on your face. I always liken it to the NARS Radiant Concealer. I've got that in my kit. I use that quite a lot as well, but for me this is a budget dupe of the NARS one. This from NYX is the Born to Go Liquid Illuminator. I've got a few shades of this. I like a lot of NYX actually, and I'm really glad that it's a lot more readily available. It's in a lot more Superdrugs now, and it seems to kind of be getting a lot more accessible and easier to get. This is just a really nice, I wouldn't say it's for like the highlighter queens who want that really kind of high frost finish. This is just a really subtle kind of touch and flash of glow. I often use it because it's a liquid formula. I like a little bit of touch in my primer or my foundation, and then you can kind of dab a little bit extra on the cheeks. This shade is Gleam, which is kind of like a golden champagne-y colour, and I just like a liquid because it's quite versatile, which also brings me on to my next one, which is, I kind of like buy the same things. This is the MUA Light Lustre. Now I bought this I think the same time as I bought my Maybelline concealer, and I like it for a number of reasons. It's a bit more glowy and showy than the NYX liquid illuminator. I just love the fact it feels super expensive, and it's in a glass bottle. I just think it looks quite pretty basically, but it also is a really nice product. The pipette isn't amazing because it gets a little bit, you know, a bit kind of clogged up I guess, but the actual product is really nice, and it's not, again, it's not like crazy like shine shimmer, it's just more of that subtle kind of glow. It's 30ml, which is the size of a foundation, and it's only £5. Drop it in your skincare, in your foundation base, and just gives you a nice kind of bit of glow, or just use it neat just to give that nice kind of highlight on the skin. But I think these are really good. Yeah, and their powder one as well is one of my favourites. I probably should have included that, but I can't find it. Another one from MUA is actually the Liquid Cream Blusher. This shade is in Misty Rose. Now this is obviously a bit of a dupe of the Glossier ones. I'm going to put a little bit on now. You can put it on with your fingertips, but I usually just use the brush I put my foundation on with, because then it will go on quite nice and it will kind of blur in a bit better into the skin. I just put that like nearly in my eye. So yeah, it's just a really pretty flush of colour. I think they're like £3. They do lots of shades, and yeah, it's a nice just cream glowy blush. This is how I would use that. I have got highlighter on already and blusher, but that just gives like a bit of extra kind of flush and glow. And I always love products that you can just kind of tap on and layer up a little bit. This from Vichy, their Dermablend concealers are incredible as well. This is just a really good translucent setting powder. It's one I've used, I would say, for 8 years. It's one of those brands which have always specialised in cover. Their foundations are incredible. They do waterproof makeup. They've done it for so long. They were kind of like at the forefront of full coverage, covering scarring, covering varicose veins, all that. They were kind of doing it way back. I've kind of gone off the subject. It's a really good setting powder, translucent, really nice and silky in texture, just sets your under eye. You can use it over your foundation, under eye, everywhere. And it's traceless and just really nice and lightweight. A lot of makeup artists use this. If you do come across it, it's definitely worth trying if you're looking for a setting powder. This is, I've literally just bought it. I put it in my like high street budget haul, I think last week or the week before. I haven't opened it yet because I'm using up something else, but this is the best high street budget mascara I think I've ever tried. It's the Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara. It's just, I like the wand. It's a rubber wand. It's got a little bit of a curve to it, and it just seems to grab and just make my lashes really nice. I like quite a fluttery lash. You can build it up. It's easy to use underneath. You've got nice control with it. So personally for me, I haven't found a better mascara on the high street. These from Revlon aren't new, they're the HD matte lip colours, but they're still some of my favourite. When they launched, I think it was about 5 years ago, they only had like 7 shades. Pretty sure now they've got like 15 or something. They've really expanded, but they're so good. They smell, I know it's not about smell, but they do smell really nice. I kind of want to eat that, yeah. They just stay on, and the applicator is pretty standard. But for me, I think as well, I just really like this colour. This is a really nice bluey red. Shall I quickly put it on? Why not? And they feel nice when you're applying them. They don't feel dry. I haven't applied it very well at all, but they are, I think, one of my favourite liquid lipstick formulas that I found on the high street. Last up is Kiss Lashes. Now, these bad boys have just landed on my doorstep this morning, and I just thought I would have a little chat about them. I discovered Kiss Lashes when I was on honeymoon in California 5 years ago. I found them in like CVS pharmacy, which is the best, and I was like, I have never seen these in the UK. I'm gonna bulk buy a few for my kit. Got back and I was like, I need to buy more, and Kiss was available online on this kind of random website, but the trio lashes were not. And I kept looking, I remember kept checking back, and no one else did them. I was like, why aren't Kiss doing these in the UK? Because they're so good. Don't know when they started doing them, but they obviously do them now. I've just checked online, and they are so good. They're really good for if you're on that individual lash vibe, you like it just subtle and nice, but you can't be arsed with the taking ages to put them on. You literally need 3. I always just go for the big 2 on the outside, and then they do a really small one here, and that just goes into the middle, and then they just kind of blend in with your lash line, and then you've got these really cute kind of corner lashes. They're good for makeup artists in your kit, for brides, just to literally add 1 or 2 just to kind of plump up the lashes on the corner. Kiss lashes as well, I'm wearing them at the moment. I think are some of the best high street lashes now. I think when I first came back from America, I was like, I need to find out about Kiss lashes. They weren't available in any Boots or Superdrug. I think soon after I came back, I remember then spotting them in one of the stores. I think it was Superdrug, but they only had a few styles in. But since then, they've really kind of expanded, and you can get so many styles. They also do the Naked Drama collection. Oh, so good. These are more expensive, but they are really, they're like layered, they look really good, they feel like a bit like the Huda lashes, and they are just really, the quality's great, they're supposed to last 10 wears. You can wear them a lot longer. So yeah, definitely try out Kiss Lashes, and if you're a makeup artist, or you kind of understood what I said when you just want that very natural look but you just can't be bothered with all these individuals, these definitely are ones to look out for. I think that is it. It was actually quite hard because there's so much now. I think I mentioned this in my video of my high street haul. There's so much choice now on the high street. It's just come on leaps and bounds. In the last 10 years, I would say even 5 years, it is just, the brands have expanded. There's so much more to choose from. The prices are amazing. I think I must do a little nod to Makeup Revolution. Like I said, some of the products for me have been so hit and miss, but they have to have a big nod because they were the people I think who really started that revolution of bringing in the lower prices but better quality makeup. I could probably go off on a tangent and talk for ages about this, but I just think it's really good that now, especially me living out in the middle of nowhere, I don't have access to a lot of brands. More than ever, I'm going into Superdrug and Boots. I've kind of been blown away by what's been on offer, and just the amount of colour you can get, the different formulas you can get, the shade selection you can get now. It's just really, really good. I will shut up now. Let me know any of your high street favourites for makeup. I'm rediscovering so much, and I would love to know any of your thoughts and products that I should maybe try out next. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.